Hello and welcome to the SSC, the fifth test match to be staged here, and Sri Lanka are confident with a win for them over New Zealand in the last game that was played here. England, on the other hand, have lost the test matches in India 3-0, and although they won the toss and elected to bat, the conditions were not all that rosy for the batsmen. Both teams made 3 changes, and for Sri Lanka, wicketkeeper Gamani Wickramasinghe, leg spinner Don Anusari and opening bowler Dulip Liyanage were left out, 2 of them due to injuries, and in came Ashley De Silva for his test debut and Champaka Ramanayaka after an injury, and Sanath Jayasuriya as the leg spinner. For England there were also 3 changes. Going out were Graham Gooch, who returned to England, and De Freitas, who was left out, and also a superb return for Paul Jarvis, John Embury, and of course the team that has to really match up against a good record where they have won 3 of the last 4 matches that were played. So it all points out to be an interesting battle, and the spinners will call the tune with John Embury and Phil Tufnell for England, and Sanath Jayasuriya, Muthaiya Muralidharan and Jananda Varnavira for Sri Lanka. So it all points out to be an ideal situation for Sri Lanka to force what appears to be their maiden test victory following the fine defeat of the Englishmen at their hands in the first one-day international under lights. We pick up play with the first delivery. Robin Smith is the batsman, Ramanayaka the bowler. Full toss, good stroke, throw mid off, and umpire Samarasinghe signals the boundary. Gurusinghe, loud appeal there. Robin Smith beaten. Umpire not impressed. Gurusinghe opening the bowling in the absence of Dulip Liyanage. Another fine stroke from Robin Smith. He's middling the ball, and the England opener really full stretch and meeting bat to ball with perfection. Excellent outfield, quite fast. Ramanayaka. Robin Smith beaten, well collected by Ashley De Silva in his first test. One bowler who will trouble the England batsman, especially with the shine on, and a perfect outswinger, as Smith duly acknowledges. Fishing outside the off stump. Varnavira, first change. Good delivery. Atherton, good stroke. He's off the mark. Backward of point, fine stroke to a ball that was short. Ramanayaka dropping it short, and Atherton in position. Muralidharan having no chance of cutting that one away. Right behind it, and he got the meat of the bat to that one. Vast empty spaces on the offside. Oh, Atherton beaten, and that's a pretty good delivery by Ramanayaka. Getting the batsman committed to a stroke just outside off stump, and the ball leaving the batsman ever so slightly. Ranatunga lost the toss and will be hard pressed to contain the Englishman. Ramanayaka has Atherton beaten, and he's out. That's a good delivery. Coming at a time when Sri Lanka were looking for the breakthrough in line, and Atherton not right on top. So in the 15th over, the breakthrough taken. Total on 40. A good flowing stroke there from Robin Smith, but Muralidharan the fielder, the 50 up in 100 minutes of batting in the 22nd over. That's a good stroke from Mike Gatting. He didn't know much about that one, but nevertheless went through with the stroke. Find in the gap between third man and backward point. Plenty of media coverage into this game. Smith, meanwhile, batting exceptionally well. Muralidharan into the attack. Neatly turned off. Good stroke. Playing it with the spin. Long chase there for Varnavira. Varnavira bowls to getting any square drives. 4 runs. Muralidharan has no chance of cutting that one away. Varnavira dropping it short outside its off stump and getting onto the back foot very quickly. Punching that one to perfection. Empty spaces. And the spectators would do well to come in their numbers. And that's lunch. 63 for 1. Smith batting exceptionally well, having batted for 2 hours for his 26 runs. Ramanayaka the only successful bowler, and Hathurusinha not impressive. His 2 overs costing 9 runs. Muralidharan with the first delivery after lunch. Oh, uppishly past the Sri Lankan captain. Got an edge to that one. And Jayasuriya is after it. And the ball just beats him to the boundary. So a lucky save there. Ramanayaka to Smith. Off the back foot. Good punching stroke. And equally well fielded by Chandrika Hathurusinha at mid-off. Good effort there. Lot of power behind that stroke by Robin Smith. And watch Hathurusinha diving full length to his left. Much will depend on Muralidharan's ability to turn the ball, and he's had it. Jayasuriya takes the catch and getting departs for 29 with the total at 82. A 42-run partnership for the second wicket. First he came forward, then he saw the ball short, and he couldn't really get on top of that one. Hit it straight to Jayasuriya. Good catch. Plenty of support for the Englishman. Graeme Hick, the new batsman, in his first test innings in Sri Lankan soil. Fine stroke to get off the mark. So 3 batsmen have now got off the mark with boundaries. Smith and now Hick. Muralidharan to Graeme Hick. Oh, driven firmly through cover. That's 4. No stopping that one. Very well struck. Long reach there. Took maximum advantage. And see the closing fielders taking evasive action. Absolutely brilliant off drive. Muralidharan to Robin Smith. Neatly turned off. Gurusinha gives chase. And the 100 up with 162 minutes of batting in the 38th over. A workmanlike knock by the England batsman. Jayasuriya punched away and very well fielded by Asanka Gurusinha at cover. The ball dropped short and Tilakaratne takes evasive action as Hick draws towards leg stump and forces him on the offside. Splendid work there by Gurusinha. Jayasuriya's next delivery short outside the off stump, and Gurusinha misfield this time. That's 4. So Hick is finding the gaps and hitting the ball with a lot of power, and that ball just spun and bounced to Hick's liking. Jayasuriya to Smith on the onside, neatly turned away, down through to fine leg. There'll be a long chase for the fielder there. Ramanayaka, he won't get to it. 4 more. Smith batting with a lot of assurance now. Oh, well struck down the pitch. That's 4. Long chase for mid-off, and Robin Smith gets to his 21st test half century. 206 minutes of batting, 148 balls faced, 8 boundaries in his knock. That was his 8th boundary in getting into the half century. Oh, Hick lofts this one from Jayasuriya. That's down a long way, over long off. Pitched up to him, playing it through the line and lofting it. Absolutely controlled aggression there by Graeme Hick. England moving and cruising along comfortably. Once more, lofted over Ramanayaka's head through to long on 4 runs in the air. Ramanayaka had no chance. That ball pitched up to Hick on his leg stump and going through with the stroke. He's boldly hitting it out. The ball well over Ramanayaka's reach. The fielder standing well up. Jayasuriya, quicker delivery, and this is lofted once more over the head of Ramanayaka. First bounce into the boundary, not very far away from it. A couple of feet further, it would have been 6. Came down and waited for the ball to bounce and then just lofted it. Once more playing it through the line. Good stroke. Jayasuriya to Smith. Oh, pretty loose delivery. The cover fielders did not move between cover and extra cover. Gurusingha and Hatrusingha brings up the 150. Another fine stroke there from Robin Smith. The 150 up in 217 minutes of batting in the 53rd over. Varnavira to Graham Hick, drives firmly, and that's 4 through the covers. So his driving on both sides of the wicket has been absolutely marvellous. He's hit his 6th boundary on that occasion. Pitched up to him, came forward, took it on the half volley and through the vacant cover region. The outfield absolutely fast and excellent conditions. Varnavira to Hick, turned away neatly, behind square. The throw comes in from Champak Ramanayaka, and that's the half century for Graham Hick. His second Test 50, coming in 82 minutes of batting, 62 balls faced, 1-6 and 7-4 so far. Hick didn't know much about that one, and that's T. 171 for 2. So in the second session, 108 runs added in 120 minutes of play in 31 overs. Ramanayaka and Muralidharan the successors. Here's Muralidharan to Robin Smith. Comfortably dispatched through to cover point. 4 runs. There is no cover point there for Muttaya Muralidharan. Dropping that ball short, and Smith waited for it to turn and really putting bat to ball and finding the gap. Enormous power. He first went forward, then came back, and he has been batting for over 4 hours now, seeing that ball well, and has a good feel of the pace of this wicket. So the two batsmen putting up a 100 partnership in 112 minutes of batting, and that next ball comfortably dispatched. 4 more runs, batting with exceptional ease. Robin Smith, anything short, he hits it very square of the wicket and quite comfortably. On the onside, Ramanayaka fields. No danger there, the ball going down leg side. Muralidharan to Graham Hick. Oh, the ball in the air, and Tilakaratne takes it, so umpire Samar Singh has no hesitation. Graham Hick departs. That's the 3rd wicket down for England, and coming at a time when the batsmen were looking for a lot of aggression, and on that occasion Hick not quite over the ball as it spun from off to leg. Safe pair of hands there for Hashan Tilakaratne. A comfortable catch, recovered quickly, 194 for 3. Hick scored 68. Alex Stewart, the new batsman, didn't know much about that one.
That ball spun too much because De Silva had to dive.
Probably he didn't offer a stroke, and that is how the umpire ruled on that occasion. The next ball, straight through the covers. A nice way to open the innings for the England captain, and he becomes the 3rd batsman in this England innings to open scoring with a boundary. A good flowing cover drive, pretty loose delivery there. Oh, Smith drives on the onside. Good stroke. Ramanayaka, the fielder. The 200 up in 294 minutes of batting in the 71st over for the loss of 3 wickets. And the crowd really having a marvellous time. Oh, punched that one. Pretty loose delivery. There is no cover. And the ball just races to the boundary. So the shadows lengthening as on that occasion Robin Smith onto the back foot, and as he had done on so many occasions, punching it hard and punching it into the gap. This few spectators being treated to some excellent batsmanship, especially by Robin Smith. And this time the England captain glides it through the vacant slip region. It will be a long chase down to third man. Kursinger gives up the chase. 4 to Alex Stewart. That's his second boundary.
215, Alex Stewart with the double figures. He's on 10. End of Mutaya Muralidharan's over.
Muralidharan giving that ball a lot of air, and Alex Stewart just angling his bat. The roll of the wrist, intentionally playing it to third man. Varnavira to Smith. Driven firmly. That's a good stroke. Once more on the offside, through to mid-off. 4 more. So Smith having hit more than a dozen boundaries is now playing the bowling strictly on its merits and finding the gaps quite comfortably. Came forward, took it on the half volley, and just see the power on that. Not much of a backlift, but the ball racing through. It's a very fast outfield, nevertheless. Muralidharan to Smith. A loud appeal that time. Umpire Samarasinghe not impressed. BC Kure, the third umpire. Muralidharan pitching that ball on middle, and the ball turning a long way down leg side. Sanat Jayasuriya. Oh, niched it and through mid wicket. 4. Came up to it and took it on the full. So if the England batsman can really come out of this situation, meeting the spinners coming out of their crease, as on that occasion the England batsman will find few terrors against these not so high quality spinners, especially Sanat Jayasuriya. That's a good one. Didn't quite know, but had it well covered. Few deliveries that turned, and that was one of them. Put a lot of effort on that occasion and probably surprised Robin Smith. Muralidharan bowls, sweeps, and the ball is over the wicket-keeper's head. Jayasuriya quite quick there. Single to Robin Smith. Sri Lanka bowling their overs quite comfortably and looking to hit it over. In fact, hit it backward of square with the paddle sweep. Instead, top-pitched it over the head of Ashley De Silva. Somewhat lucky Robin Smith on that occasion. Good pick up by Jayasuriya. Ramanayaka to Stewart with the second new ball. Brilliantly played through cover. 4 runs. The first delivery of the match was a boundary, and the first delivery with the second new ball also bringing in a boundary. So Stewart now moving on to the 20s, and he's batting exceptionally well, having hit 4 boundaries so far. Good flow as he hit that on the half volley.
Case with the first new ball, Michael.
Yes, Ramanayaka.
The wicket absolutely flat at this moment. The batsman decided to stay there. Plenty of runs. Ramanayaka putting a lot of effort and over pitching it. Oh, Stewart played that one once more quite comfortably through mid wicket. Ranatunga won't get to it. 4 more.
Well, the second new ball, rather innocuous.
Stewart having now hit 5 boundaries. He is quite comfortable.
There's that ball again, and very nice.
Down the leg side and got into position, turned it neatly and into the gap. Well outside the reach of Ranatunga. Watch that ball travelling quite quickly to that far end in front of the cricket board headquarters. not very far away from Jayasuriya, who could not reach that one, but the bowling
Very firmly played off
its way to the
Watch it on the box.
boundary. Varnavira to Smith covers up, and that stumps on the first day, and England would be happy with the two batsmen having so far added 50 runs for the fourth wicket. 74 runs coming in the final session, play extended by 5 minutes to complete 90 overs. Muralidharan and Ramanayaka, the successful bowlers.
A lot of hard work.
It was a long, hard day for Sri Lanka after losing the toss on the first day of the fifth test match at the SSC, the one-off test between two countries on this short tour. Alex Stewart, having won the toss, having the services of Robin Smith as opener, as he batted through the day to be 91 not out, hitting 14 boundaries, getting very good support from Graham Hick after Mike Gatting had departed for just 29. Hick took up the challenge, made 68 runs and batted with Smith to put on 112 runs for the third wicket in the second session, where they made 108 runs. Sri Lanka opting out for Lienege and bringing in Sanath Jayasuriya, not having the desired results, and certainly the spinners, apart from Muralidharan, not impressing, and England getting into a position of strength where they may be looking at the second day where plenty of batting to come, with Smith approaching what appears to be his first test century for England on foreign soil. Stewart looking sound at 26, and Fairbrother and Lewis to come, and the Sri Lankan bowling having almost run out of ideas, will be looking at a total in excess of 450. It appears to be a strong batting side on another good day tomorrow. And Sri Lanka